Hey free-to-play gang, welcome back to another video. Now you guys did not click on this video because you wanted free-to-play content. Instead, you want to see how broken R6 Brewster can potentially be. And I'm going to show you Brewster in several different content. Obviously, we're not going to cover everything, but I just want to showcase just how versatile he is at R6. I mean, honestly, his versatility already started at R2, but R6 is where he unlocks a lot more doors. So we're going to start off with probably like the most pay-to-win format ever, which is going to be Point War. And this also extends to Knockout as well. So my Point War team and my Knockout team, kind of similar. Now, before we get into that, let's take a look at what the R6 Brewster is capable of. So right now, his first skill hits two different targets. Okay, so the first target takes 100% of the damage that he is doing, which is also 100% of his attack. And the second attack deals 50% of the original damage. So if he did 100,000 damage onto the first target, he will do 50,000 onto some random target. It's completely random. But at the same time, this also lands another defense break. So his normal attack has two defense breaks. But the thing is, if you're up against one single enemy, you're only going to hit one time. So he's not as good against a single enemy. He is much better against more enemies, which is insane because he is supposedly a single target nuke, but yet at the same time he's like dealing AoE damage. So let's take a look at how this looks like in PvP. Okay. So my Clara went ahead first. I am actually running a single offensive comp. Like, this is my setup. All four are supports except for one Brewster. And the reason why I only need one single Brewster is because whenever any one of my allies attack, he's actually going to support, right? Which is insane, firstly. But he's also going to do a ton of really just one-shot while that. How do you even one-shot like that, right? But anyway, we are going to do a ton of damage. Yeah. This is a bit of a molding showcase, right? I mean, they're just dying like way too fast. Okay, but I'll show you in auto, okay? I know this one is a little bit too janky. Right, so let's take a look at how this works when run in auto. You realize that there is just enough DPS here because we have the Xuan pin. So we are pushing a lot of extra power because he has the horse buff, and on top of that he also has the crit damage buff granted by Ethan, which is insane because he's not taking a turn he's not taking a turn yet, so he's actually benefiting a lot from the increased DPS over here without worrying too much. Now he has the power buff, right? I mean the cannon buff. 174k, yeah, just like that. So the way my setup works is I'm giving him a lot of extra incoming damage, right? So I have Ethan's magic tune, I also have the cannon buff at times, if AI is smart, and I also have the horse buff and the soldier buff, and a lot of stuff, and attack buff as well. A lot of damage consolidated into one single Esper, and he's just assisting throughout the entire process, which is insane because he multi-hits as well. He hits two enemies. So maybe let's try to find a more tanky comp so that we can, I don't know, maybe have a better idea of how he works against tanky setups, which is also very insane. So most defenses right now, they are not running tanky setups anymore, which is it's kind of expected. I would assume that this is considered semi-tanky. Let's just try this. Now let's see how it performs. I mean, right now they also have the benefit of an Ollie, which might suck. But the thing is, the Ollie is in a very good position for us because we are always going to assist by hitting the leader spot, right? There you go. See, we're always going to hit the leader spot when we land AoE attack. So now the Ollie is going to die. Hopefully. Alright, the Ollie died. Okay, so now that the Ollie is dead, he's not going to protect anyone. So that is the issue with running like a Cecilia or an Ollie in the leading spot. Now the problem with that is if they die first, they are not going to revive anyone or protect anyone. So yeah, so this is, I'll just show you one more run, but this is my current Point War team and my Knockout team as well. It is very insane. Okay, nice, we have a tanky setup over here. Let's take a look. 29 points as well, right? So we take the first turn as always, we checkmate, and we use the Tier to give our Xuan pin another turn to use a cannon buff afterwards. But it's really just for giggles because, yeah, they are just gonna die so fast. As you can see, our normal attacks are doing so much damage, right? We failed to crit the Everett here, but we still did like 50k. Boom, 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 GG. Yeah, so very insane. Very insane. Okay, so anyway, that was Point War. Let's take a look at another PvP location, which is Holo Battles. Ah shit, I realized that I already attacked. RIP. Okay, never mind. Anyway, let's move on to PvE content. So I have 3 PvE content for you guys. So the first is going to be Calamity Island. Second is actually going to be a showcase of my Ritual Miracle runs right now using Brewster, which is giving me a lot of speedy runs. And the third and final place is going to be the current event Dream Cruise. So I'll be giving you guys a more pay-to-win showcase on the current Lian's trial as well. Now, we are going to be doing the final floor here, but I kind of don't want to clear the tower, so I'm just going to leave it halfway. But as you can see, this is my current setup. It's obviously very pay to win, but yeah, that's the whole point of this video anyway. Okay, so we are going to start off by pushing our Embla. We don't even need to give any turns to Brewster at all because he's just going to assist, and that's all he needs to do, right? So when we attack this guy here, Brewster is just going to assist. Boom, land more defense breaks. Very nice. And yeah, you're going to see a lot of Embla. Like, this is going to be a big Embla showcase, by the way. Over here. We're just melting them super fast. Like, that's basically the end of the first wave. Just like that. That's it. And now we move on to the second wave. Oh my god, we killed them so fast I didn't even get my cooldowns up. Rip. Whoops. That was fun. This is 100% Embla showcase, isn't it? But I mean, Brewster and Embla, they are insane together because they can stack a lot of corrupted seed debuffs, right? Yeah, so they are really good together. Perfect. Perfect. Like, the moment their banner dropped together, I was like, oh my god, perfect. But yeah, this is going to be way too easy. So I have to leave this before we accidentally clear it. But you know what? I'm actually... Okay, you know what? That's fine. It's fine that we died. I actually don't want to clear this, but I just hope you guys have an idea of just how insane Brewster is over here. It's wild. Let's take a look at the damage over here. I think Embla is probably doing... Embla is doing a lot. Okay, fine. This is an Embla showcase. Okay, anyway, I want to use this opportunity to showcase my 2 Ritual Miracle runs. So I use Brewster in both my Kronos and Apep, and I do not need to shift my equipments around because they are just perfectly speed tuned. So this is not going to be so much of a Brewster showcase, it's going to be more of like my Ritual Miracle team showcase, and this is very important that you take home whatever information that you can get from this video itself. So yeah, hidden nuggets over here. Do take note that Ashley needs to be 149 speed in order for this to work. At most 149. If she's any higher than 149, which means if she's 149 with the win set, so if you have the win set here and she's also 149, she actually has 149 point something, that is a little bit too fast. The reason for that is because this is also very important for our Apep team as well, which we will take a look after this part. So we're going to blitz a couple of times and we are just going to see one of the fast runs, right? I mean, most of my runs will be about within 10 to 13 turns. Not even 10 to 13 and we lost. Okay, never mind, let's try this again. Wait, why are my turns so long? Okay, fine. So our shortest run was like 11 turns, right? Let's take a look at how this worked. So the whole point of Brewster is to defense break ASAP. So whenever our guy is always going to clear everything, but if he does not clear anything, Brewster is likely going to help with the cleanup crew. So yeah, that's where Brewster comes in. But for the most part, we are clearing the first 2 waves with just Gaius. And then in the boss wave itself, this is where Brewster's defense breaks comes in very importantly at the start. So you see, when Gaius attacks here, there is a chance that we will miss because this is Kronos after all, with a 30% chance to miss. We got the defense break, perfect. Now this is the reason why Ashley needs to be 149. So that she's going to take the second turn, get killed, right? I mean, she's going to move only after Kronos, which means she will not shield up your team. Her shield effect will only appear right now. But if she shielded before Kronos attack, that would be way too early and that would stop her from dying. And because Kronos killed her, that's how we got this super fast run. So yeah, this is how it works. And now all of their equips, so I have Brewster on the Ocean set, explanation for later. And these are the stats of Gaius. Xiaoyin as well with really low crit rate. Now the reason for that is, like I talked about in the past, I have an R2 Gaius who's going to take the first turn, which increases the crit rate of all of my teammates. So that is why some of my experts here can run with lower crit rate. Now let's move on to the Apep team. And here you will understand why my Brewster was on the immune set. Because in Apep itself, whenever he assists attacks, he's actually going to get himself poisoned. So it's very important that you have the immune set on him. And here you can see my stats, 3000 attack, plus 170% crit damage. I think I still have a little bit too little crit damage. I think I need more crit damage at the expense of my attack percentage, but you know what, it is what it is. But his 40% attack lead is very helpful indeed. Alright, so let's blitz a couple of runs here. I think my fastest is 9 turns on Apep. But they're all pretty fast, right? So they're all within like 10 to 20 turns at least, right? Okay, so let's take a look at an 11 turn run. Exactly the same as Kronos, by the way, the same number of turns. So it's going to work a little bit differently. Dalen is going to be cleaving, and then Ashley with the 149 speed, right? She's going to take the next turn. Now do take note that Apep is a lot slower than Kronos, so you don't need your team to be fast for Apep, which is part of the reason why I want my Ashley to be as fast as possible, which is just 149. Any higher than that, she would outspeed Kronos, and I don't want that. So Apep is a little bit more lenient on the kind of speeds that you want. So this is the speed requirement at least. Right, over here you take a look. Whenever Brewster supports, he's actually gonna get poisoned, right? That's why you can see the immunity on him. Yeah, so he's actually... It's very important that you have the immunity on him. Alright, so I had like really nice runs over here. I mean, yeah, they were the cream of the crop basically, right? That's it. GG, 11 runs, 11 turns. Alright, so a quick look at all of my stats again. Brewster once more. Dalen, I've done this showcase before by the way. So yeah, the reason why I use Dalen is because he has the diseased and he has AoE attack. So it's like perfect for my current setup. I mean, obviously I can go a little bit faster as well, but you know, I don't really need it basically, right? I don't really need to go any faster. I don't really care too much about the leaderboards anymore. But this will be the last content showcase for today. Dream Cruise, I'm gonna go through like their stats real quick. So Falcon, he don't really need anything. Everett, these are just basic Everett stats, and Yunchuan want to be a little bit speedier with the Ocean set so that he can cycle his third skill. It's very important for like longer fights. Brewster, this is why I have him on the Ocean set by the way, because of this Dream Cruise, and of course other content like Celestial Anomaly, where you want him to take more, or not take more turns, but you want his third skill to go up more often so that he has more assist procs, and obviously the Lian. Now, this entire setup is designed by one of my friends, Agni. You guys have already heard of him before, unless you're new to the channel. And also, I think showcased by Artia, if you guys do not know who he is. If he has done a video for it, I'll put the image on the screen itself. But some of you guys might have also seen his very nicely done little snapshot of many different teams that he used and he recommends for Lian's trial, which I think is pretty solid. And of course, my free-to-play team is there as well. But anyway, let's take a look at this comp and why it's so powerful. And as you can see, this has gotten me 5 million completely hands-free. And the best part is, you do not need Brewster at R6 to be honest. He just needs to be at R0 for the most part. But Yunchuan needs to be at R2 so that he can assist all the time. So let's take a look at how this works. Now, I'm going to briefly explain the run before I just let you go and let this speed up on its own, right? So I don't talk too much. So let's start off with Falcon. The reason why he's here is obviously for the speed lead, attack down, speed down, and his Horus Eye. Now the Horus Eye would... The debuff duration cannot be lengthened, not like in the free-to-play showcase where I was using the White Twin to lengthen the Horus Eye effect. So his Horus Eye is not going to perpetuate, but the reason why we need the Horus Eye here is because see, when a boss attacks, boom, the boss gets hit by 40k true damage, right? This would trigger Yunchuan to assist attack, which you just seen. So this is how we don't perpetuate the Horus Eye effect, but we perpetuate Yunchuan's third eye seal on the boss. Because this allows us to reduce the boss's... increase the boss's miss rate by... I think it was like 15% from the third eye seal. But of course on top of that, just to land more DPS, because whenever we attack, whenever we counter attack, anything like that, within the same turn, he's going to assist. So yeah, that's why Falcon... For the most part, this is why Falcon is used over here. And then we have Everett. He's here because of damage mitigation, because the boss goes crazy. So the 20% damage mitigation is quite important. And of course, aside from that, we have the miss rate up from Everett, and we have healing as well. Very important support. So Everett is kind of like a little bit more important nowadays, especially for some of these new event content, right? Yeah. Same goes for the Holy Stone Tyrant as well. He was extremely potent in that content, which I didn't know about. Yeah, so that completely flew past me. And then we have Yunchuan. Obviously, he has third eye seal for miss rate. He also has miss rate up on his first skill, which triple hit. So very good chance of landing a miss rate up, which is very nice. And he has a speed up, speed down as well. Very fantastic. Yunchuan is like perfect for a lot of these content. Oh my god, we got stun. Rip. Aside from that, Seer debuff, right? Yunchuan has Seer debuff, Brewster has a defense break. So we have all the damage increasing factors in this team. And of course, it's kind of unfortunate that Brewster is stunned, but Brewster, he's here for a lot of assist attacks, and hopefully he don't die. Sometimes he dies, and RNG really kind of sucks for Brewster sometimes, because the way you want to build Brewster is just all out offense, maybe some speed as well. But yeah, so basically Brewster's role here is defense break with assist attacks, and that's about it. But he is going to do the most damage in this setup, kind of. But to be honest, every one of my 4 Espers here, except for the Lian, is actually doing pretty even DPS. So you'll see that even Falcon is doing good damage, because we always have the Horus Eye effect, which means 20% of damage is always going to come from Falcon. So Falcon is actually pushing a lot of DPS. But anyway, I think what Agni suggested is, or maybe at least what Artia suggested, is 40% accuracy minimum on all of your Espers, because this is the prerequisite in order for you to consistently land debuffs, because we always need to reapply. We're not extending the debuff durations at all, so we always need to reapply the debuffs, but my team does not have enough accuracy, that is for sure. But I mean, it still works, and you can just keep rerunning this until it eventually works. But obviously you need more accuracy. If not, like when you're at 3 to 4 million score, that's when the boss goes completely crazy. And if you do not land that miss rate up, if you do not land the slow, you do not land the attack debuff, that's it, you're screwed. So Falcon, just give him 100% accuracy. That's like the easiest job over here. Aside from that, Yunchuan and Brewster try to get 40% if possible. Try to go higher than that. I think if you can, right, just go for 80%. But it is going to eat into your DPS a little bit. But at least you have a little bit more consistency. But hey, content like this is just really rerunning it until you get the best RNG. But anyway, that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed today's content. Hopefully none of my experts die. If you enjoyed today's content, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. It really helps the channel, and subscribe for more Dislyte content. Now that's it. It has been there for you to play. And as always, I will see you in the next video. And of course, after this, I will show you the score towards the end of the run itself. Okay, I really hate this shit. Just when I'm recording, then my Brewster decides to die. So for some reason, Forbator is just aiming my Brewster. Big rip. I guess we are not able to cycle our Lian's passive. I mean her Dream Bubble. So major L. But the thing is, we are still able to get 3.8 million over here. That's for sure. I mean, we definitely can survive. So all of these Espers, we are still gonna do it. But like I said, let's take a look at the score. At least the damage chart. But for runs like these, you know, you just need to keep rerunning it until you get like the perfect RNG. So as you can see, Falcon 22%, right? He's dealing good DPS. Everett is also dealing about 20%. Yunchuan 20+%. Brewster also 20+%. So they are like the main DPSs over here. But Falcon is also pulling his own weight because of the Horus Eye effect. And Everett because he's just counter-attacking a lot. So yeah, assuming we had like the perfect run, 4 to 5 million score, it's gonna look something like this as well. But anyway, that's it for this video.